Sicilian defense, Alapin variation, 2, Nf6 3.e5 Nd5 4.d4 cxd4 5.cxd4 d6 6.nf3 nc6 7.bc4 nb6 8.bb5. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. Sharp games are frequently the result of starting with the king's pawn, since it dominates the center and frees up the bishop and queen on the light squares. The c-pawn in the Sicilian defense controls the d4 square. In an effort to capture on d4 with a pawn rather than a piece, c3 positions itself for a rapid d2-d4 pawn break. Nf6 advances the knight, holds the d5 square, and engages in an attack on the exposed e4 pawn. The knight on f6 is quickly attacked after e5 takes up space in the center. The knight that was attacked is moved to the center by nd5. Nf3 develops the knight toward the center, supports the e5 pawn and controls the d4 square. nc6 develops the knight toward the center, attacks the e5 pawn and controls the d4 square. This poses a risk of winning a pawn. cxd4 recaptures the pawn and supports the e5 pawn. The bishop is prepared to grow into a functional square. bc4 develops the bishop to an active diagonal, attacks the knight on d5 and prepares castling. nb6 attacks white's light squared bishop and unblocks black's light squared bishop. bb5 moves the bishop to safety and pins the knight. This keeps the material balance in check with good commerce. Recaptures. This protects the attacked knight. This is the only good move. This threatens to win a knight. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This stops the opponent from being able to win a knight. Backs off. This develops a knight off its starting square, getting it into the action. This threatens to add pressure on a pinned knight. This prepares the bishop for development. This prevents the opponent from being able to add pressure on a pinned knight. Castling gets the king to a safer square, out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Castling kingside tends to be safer because the king is further from the center. By growing a bishop from its initial square, this activates it. This activates a queen by developing it off of its starting square. A pawn that was being attacked and had no defenses is now protected by this. It is the final book action. Not the finest, this. It is incorrect. What I would have advised is that it is ideal. The rooks can see each other now, allowing them to provide mutual defense. This threatens to play checkmate. It is best. The pawn is now in a safe position. It is ideal. This protects the attacked pawn. It is good. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening.